Hey guys, Big Rat 310s here again. Let's review today DDT 4 and Open the Ultimate Gate. This show was the show before Mercury Rising that no one, and I mean no one, has talked about. Let me see what I got here. I still have my Best of America's Most Wanted, Omega, Uncommon Passion, and Wrestling with the Shadows DVDs, but I kind of have a need to review the current stuff first. What do I have here? I have We Must Eat Michigan's Brains, Faded Scars and Lines, the recent two Chikara shows. I have Civil Warfare, which I've yet to see. Supercard of Honor 5, which I have yet to see. Still in seal and everything. I know. What do you want from me? And ROH on HD Net Volume 1, which I'm not going to see. I'm just going to see the main event. Or the main event of this DVD, whatever. I only bought it because I needed an extra free one. You might buy two, get one free. But yes, I'm sorry that the oh my god Supercard of Honor review isn't coming yet. But I felt the Chikara shows, I'm a big fan of Chikara. I want to see those shows first. This show needed more publicity. And I just thought this show was, I was a big fan of DDT last year, and I thought this show would be amazing. So I wanted to give this one a try. It wasn't as good as last year, but it was still great. So yeah, Open the Ultimate Gate. Yeah, let's start with this one. What the hell? This was a great show. As a whole DVD, I liked it more than From the Ashes and Phoenix Rising, although I thought From the Ashes was very overrated. I did not think that show was as amazing as everyone said. I thought that main event was great, and I thought the Omega Kevin Steen match was really good. Everything else on the card, there's some good stuff, but I really think that's just your basic, like, 8 out of 10 show, 8.25. I don't think it's, like, one of the top 5 Ring of Honor shows of the year or anything. I still think Death Force Honor, Bitter Friends, Stiff Enemies 2, Pick Your Poison, even Phoenix Rising I liked more. Big Bang. I have not seen Supercard of Honor 5, but I assume that's going to be better. So, whatever. But yeah, the show I just found a lot of fun to sit through. Each match was unique. Susumu, Yokosuka, and Genki Horiguchi versus Quackenbush and Jigsaw. This was a very fun match. Jigsaw sold his leg well. Wasn't like the way BxB Hulk sold it and opened the historic gate, where he kind of sold it, then did a bunch of flips, and it was never mentioned again. And you thought, how could he do all these flips if he has a hurt knee? Jigsaw would do these flips, but like after he finished his flip, he would grab onto his knee and he would stay down for a while, so you could tell that it took a lot out of him. And Quackenbush did most of the high-flying stuff in this match to account for it. So yeah, he was a true professional. He sold it the whole way through, and it really helped the match. It was a very fun match. I just thought it could have gone a little longer is all. It would have been much higher, but yeah, 3.5. Had a lot of fun with that. YAMATO and TJP. TJP is very good, very underrated. This was a very good technical wrestling match. That's really all it was. It literally was a technical wrestling match. There was no high-flying spots or anything, and I appreciated it for that. I gave it 3.25. Most of you people probably compare it to his match with Muni Norisawa at Evolve 1. Well, I thought that match was overrated. I don't know, maybe I should rewatch it. I did really like this one. Yeah, it's kind of like the same kind of match. 3.25. Brian Kendrick and Jon Moxley versus Jimmy Jacobs and Paul London. I thought this was the worst match of the night, but that's not saying much. I gave it 3.25. You know, it was a fun little match. The ending I thought was a little out of nowhere, and I fucking hated the aftermath. As most of you know, for Mercury Rising, it was Paul London and Brian Kendrick versus Jimmy Jacobs and Jack Evans, where the loser had to leave Dragon Gate. Before the show, at the very beginning of the show, Jimmy Jacobs recruited Paul London as his partner because he thought no one knows Brian Kendrick better than Paul London. And after this match, like, Jimmy Jacobs put Jon Moxley on a table on the outside. Paul London was going to do a flip, and Brian's like, no, don't do it. And he had a microphone that kept cutting out. And then he, like, dragged Paul off the turnbuckles, convincing him, don't do it, you don't have to do it. And then Teddy Hart comes out and says, I risk my life for the fans all the time. Gets on the top rope, does a moonsault to Jimmy Jacobs and Jon Moxley, who are outside. One guy in the fan literally screamed, what the hell is going on? Is London turned officially yet? It was a very unsmooth transition. And then they beat up Teddy Hart, London and Kendrick together, and Teddy Hart just ran away. And apparently he broke his clavicle. Very clusterfucked, horrible segment. I don't want to bring the match down too much, though, because of it. If anything, I'd bring down the match in Mercury Rising more. I wouldn't bring down this match. I still give this match 3.25. I really liked it. Shingo versus Masato Yoshino, another very fun match. 3.25. Really enjoyed myself throughout this match. Very fun to watch. Shingo losing and Jon Moxley teasing him at the end of the show kind of like started the formation, the hints of Kamikaze USA in Dragon Gate USA. BxB Hulk and Naruki Doi. I thought this match was also really, really good. I'd go 3.5 through 3 3/4. Don't know if I can quite give it 3 3/4. Don't think it quite hit that level. See, like I think True said this about BxB Hulk, and I have to agree. BxB Hulk is not the type of guy that's gonna put on this great, amazing title match every show. You're kind of gonna get the same match from him. All his title matches are around the 3.5-star range. I mean, look at Uprising. You know that in my opinion was his best title match. Look at this match. Look at his match with Dragon Kid at Fearless. They're all just very good matches. He never really delivers with the great matches unless he's in the tag team match. So that's why I had a problem. That's my only problem with BxB Hulk as champion right now. Most people hate Jon Moxley in the ring, but it makes more sense honestly right now. And then we have the 6-man. CIMA, Gamma, and Dragon Kid of Warriors versus Jack Evans and the Young Bucks. This was awesome. I give this 4 1/4 easily. Really, really love this match. So much fun. I don't think it was as good as the second one. I think actually they did not want to overshadow the one on night 2, and I think that I wasn't a big fan of because I thought if they could have, I still say if they could have had a better match. I will go out and say that because the ending. But also, what hurts this is the ending. Well, it's not as bad like in Mercury Rising where they did some ridiculous spot and it was so obvious you have to end the match right there, and they didn't, and then the match ended on submission. In this match, there wasn't like really any noticeably amazing spot, but it's just the finish that they did. There were so many things they did throughout the match that were better, so I wasn't a big fan of it. But I still give it 4 1/4. I thought it was an amazing match. Now, why does this DVD get an 8.5? The bonus features. While there is a shit match with L.A. Park and Hijo del Rey Mysterio versus Tyler Black Jr. and some guy named CQ Gallo. A 24-minute match where someone low-blowed L.A. Park. The referee counts to 3, and then the referee disqualifies the person who low-blowed L.A. Park without any evidence at all. Just like assumed a low blow occurred. It was so fucking stupid. I hated that match. But Mochizuki Roderick Strong was a really good match, and Naruki Doi versus Masato Yoshino was amazing. That's the best match on this whole DVD. So you have 2 amazing matches on one DVD and a very, very good card. I'd give the show an 8.25, 8.5 easily. Open the Ultimate Gate. Pick it up. It's worth it. It's worth the $20. Quickly, let's get into DDT 4. I thought all the first round matches were kind of the same. The only one I didn't like as much was the Ryan Taylor and Roderick Strong versus Color Brothers. To me, that match was just good. Nothing more. I'd give it like a flat 3 stars. I had a lot of fun with London and Generico versus Chuck Taylor and Scott Lost. I thought the ending of that match was really, really good. Briscoes versus Kamikaze USA. I complained about Akira Tozawa and Dragon Gate because I thought he wasn't as athletic as the rest of the roster. He wasn't as spot on. He was a little sloppier than the rest of the roster. And he doesn't fit in a way. So he's not as good. But in PWG, he is so funny. And he fits so well into PWG's roster. Like the Briscoe brothers pulled his trunks down, and the Briscoe brothers then went back to the ropes, and while his trunks were down, he put his ass in their face, Morishima style. And then he even did a suicide dive with his trunks still down. And then he did like a bunch of exaggerated Japanese chops that the crowd laughed at. He got a please come back chant at the end. He was really, really funny against the Briscoes. I really liked that match. The Young Bucks match, the first one I thought was also very good though, 3.5. That was probably the best of all of them. That was probably LTP's and Johnny Goodtime's best match ever in PWG. I thought that match was really, really good. What else? The London Engine. Last year, I thought the 2 semi-final matches were amazing. I actually have DDT 4 2009 right here. I thought the Motor City Machine Guns versus American Dolphin and Young Bucks versus Men of Low Moral Fiber. I thought both those matches were 4 1/4 plus star matches. And I thought the Machine Guns match was actually like PWG's top 5 matches of the year. And I thought that those 2 matches were by far the best matches on the show. On this one, however, while you did get one great one with the Young Bucks and the Cutler Brothers, I'll admit, going into it, I thought the Cutlers were overrated. Coming out of it, I will admit the Cutler Brothers can be the Young Bucks in a few years. But the London and Generico one was the worst match in the whole show. I think mainly because London's still not as athletic in the ring as he used to be. He's still a little out of shape. So I think he wanted to conserve his energy more for the main event, which I can perfectly understand. but so that's why this match wasn't as good. Brandon Bonner versus Chris Hero went way too long. That match was like 20-something minutes. It did not need to go this long. This match could have gone 13 minutes and would have been a lot better, in my opinion. I'd still give it 3 stars. I would give it 2 3/4, but just the way how Chris Hero went on the microphone and put over Brandon Bonner afterwards, I appreciated that. I think they wanted Brandon Gatson, and Gatson couldn't make the show. I'm not sure about that, because it just seemed kind of random. Brandon Gatson was their guy that they were pushing, and then they just put Brandon Bonham in a match against Chris Hero, one of their biggest stars. Whatever, though. I'm not going to complain. I like Brandon Bonham. And the main event I thought was amazing. Young Bucks versus London and Generico. I thought it was a great match in and of itself. But I give it extra ratings to the fact that the Young Bucks heel turn in PWG over the past year, since DDT4 2009, has been the best thing in PWG by far. The build to this title match was great. You know, the crowd was into the title change. They wanted the title change. Rick Knotts, who the Young Bucks have been having problems with for months, double clothesline the Young Bucks. Just had a great atmosphere to this match. Added so much to the match. Nick Jackson had a concussion earlier in the match and was still able to continue. Props to him there. The reason this match gets such a high rating is because of the payoff, the atmosphere, the storyline build. Generico and London cut an amazing promo afterwards. I give it 4 1/4. I'd give the show an 8.25, 8.5. And also pick up Dragon 8, Open the Ultimate Gate, which should I also give it 8.25, 8.5. 8.5. Bigger 210. I'm out, guys.